Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Um, I'm in the closet, so
Okay,
probably
nice.
I'm okay.
Okay, good. I've got, let's see, I invited my friend Alex, so he may join sometime. hmm
Yeah, and
Anybody?
has joined as well.
Good, good. We'll give everybody a minute.
Do you hear me well? Is the connection okay?
Connection's okay right now. Mhm. Yeah.
So sorry, I missed that.
Could you hear me at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I. I mean, like connection, like
Um,
it's not.
it's not too bad. It gets a little bit, I'll let you know if it feels a little bit choppy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You just freeze from time to time. Fine, fine.
Okay.
Just
Let me switch
so.
over. Maybe that'll be better.
Yeah, probably.
Edo, is that your friend, Edo Marti?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's
Okay,
him.
okay, he's coming in.
Hi guys, I see some friends of mine from Kharkiv and from Kiev. Hope
Nice.
you're safe.
hmm Let's see, Hajar and Kimia.
Okay, hi.
Hello
Hi.
Hello, I'm from Italy.
from Italy. Nice to
Yeah,
meet
so
you.
it's yeah.
Nice to meet you.
hmm So guys,
My name.
what's
Sorry for my hair, sorry.
It's okay. Go
yeah,
ahead.
Okay, thank you.
yeah. So guys, the main idea of our live stream today is just discussion the situations that we have here in Kharkiv and all over Ukraine. So to ask you, like, what do they say in your country about us? Like, what is happening from their point of view? Because, like, I cannot search all the media, don't have enough time to look through all the resources that you have. Like, what do
Okay.
they say?
Do you want to go first?
No, that's no problem. You go first. That's for me no problem.
Okay. Okay. From here, from where I'm sitting in the United States, I mean, everybody is changing their profile pictures to, Ukrainian colors and flags. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of anxiety. Um, some people are asking, what more can the United States do? So everybody's trying to figure out like a civics lesson right now as to what is actually happening and what can we do. Um, for now, the support is pretty strong, but you can tell that people are trying to figure out why and what, and right now, and who's to blame, and all those same types of questions. But um, I've noticed an overwhelming sense of just helplessness. You can't just snap your fingers and make this all go back to 8 days ago when this was just like a war of words. Now it's a war of bombs. It's a war of civilian casualties, and everybody's just trying to make sense of it. But overwhelming support for Ukraine, as much as they understand what does that
Yeah,
mean. So,
Italy too. Yeah, we support you. Yeah,
hmm
yeah,
Yes. So the main thing that, like, the reason is that, like, first of all, of course, like, Putin is a crazy person. And, like, crazy is the lightest word that I can find. Uh, a lot of people in my country, especially like today, I had an issue that my English teacher, my personal English teacher, she's an old lady. Yes, she's 70 plus. And today her windows were destroyed, broken, because of bomb explosion near her. And like she had no place to go, so we took her to our place. And she's quite emotional. Okay, so she said that of course Russia is aggressor, it's all about them. However, we were discussing the games that Western countries play with Russia, and we are just between them, just between those NATO thing and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue is that, as I thought, yes, from my point of view, I thought that a lot of Russian people right now, they just don't know what to do. They don't know, they don't understand, or whatever. But as surveys show, Putin and his government has like more than 50% of support from people, like from civilians. And right now, for me, it's kind of impossible. And I mean, because like we film everything, we post photos, we post videos everywhere just to show that we have a disaster. Like the main things, main infrastructure in my city is completely vanished. So it doesn't exist right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of places in the city center are destroyed. Everything was bombed. And today I was just laying on the ground outside on the street when I was walking my dog because a plane was going under my head. And I was just shaking because I cannot. I just don't know if they are throwing bombs right now on my head or they are flying somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is like, what do your media say? I mean, like support is okay, but maybe they have some like ideas or I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk?
There is a terrible explosion today in Kharkiv, right?
Yeah, a lot of.
Okay. And university was hit. Yeah.
Yeah, university.
Okay.
Russia's still,
My God. University.
it's like something we do.
Mm-hmm.
My God. Fucking Russian.
What
So
is the media saying?
There's no reason. With war, you cannot solve anything.
Mm-hmm.
so they say nothing.
From Italy, yeah, I hope that we will give you a lot of sanction from Italy to Ukraine.
Sanctions.
There are a lot of sanctions from von der Leyen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will send you a lot of send to Russia, obviously, a lot of sanction,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, we'll help you. Don't worry. We will help you. Stay strong.
We try to, but like sanctions
Yeah,
are something that we
it's difficult. It's really hard. Yeah, to resist.
yeah
But
are
stay strong.
like trying to land on your head, and like such word as sanction cannot protect you from this.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear all the bombs every time. Yeah, all the time.
Here and yesterday night,
Yeah.
something around
And then
midnight, we saw a huge explosion. At a lot of people say that it's such bombs are just forbidden during wars, during any conflicts.
mhm,
Vacuum.
Yeah, vacuum one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like almost 90% sure that it was that kind of bomb because of the light.
okay.
Like a lot of factors show that it was that bomb. And today I just read about amount of civilians die, about like some kids have no parents right now. Today,
And the children too, right?
yeah,
The children, a lot of children died.
Hmm.
children die, and like we have the issue that like today in Kharkiv, we saw that two infants, like 2 days old, and they are twins, and they could have almost lost. I'm sorry, yeah, their parents. But
Hmm.
thank God, parents were okay. They were just under some like the family, yes, was under attack, and the building crashed on down, and the kids were in some other place, and a lot of people started looking for a new family for those infants. But thanks God, parents were safe and sound, just with a lot of wants, and but,
Hmm.
and you read this
Yeah.
every day, like kids without homes, people
Hmm.
without.
And yeah, yesterday TV tower attack, well, right, by
Kiev.
Sorry?
Russian. The
Kiev, I
TV
believe.
tower in Kiev.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah, in Kiev,
Hmm.
Kiev.
TV tower was attacked. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, if you hear in news that today the Kiev was attacked, or tomorrow, yesterday Kharkiv was attacked, it's not like this. Like, we are
Okay.
attacked constantly. We are
Hmm.
being bombed constantly. So we hear the sounds of bombs every like hour or minute,
Hmm.
and like
Always. Yeah.
we are got used to it.
Every minute. Yeah.
We are
Hmm.
got used to it. It's terrible to say, but yep.
Hmm.
And a lot of people in my country, we just don't know what to feel.
And that's the black and white of this situation. There's no choosing sides on what we're seeing with our own eyes. We can all see that, right? And so here, as far as our government goes, in what you mentioned, like that supporting of Ukraine financially, right, to make sure you guys don't have to handle anything financial now or after. There's like bipartisan support on that. That's in our government. There's support for that level of support. You asked a minute ago, like, how is the media covering this? The media is showing the same images across the board. So everybody in the country is seeing this with their own eyes. But there are different media outlets beginning to spin the information a little bit to cause, I think, from where I've been sitting the last few months, the last few years, is that some media is trying to like shift like the blame of who's really to blame for this. And so you can see that information war starting to do what I think it's probably been doing for the last 8 years. Who's controlling the narrative of this? And that is, I'm starting to see cracks in the system of that. And from my perspective, that is part of Putin's, I think, bigger vision is to take the confusion that he's been able to create in Ukraine. Because if you remember last Monday night, this was just a war of words.
At what?
Like nobody believed he would really do it until the next day. So I'm starting to see that confusion start to pull in, and people are starting to like take sides on the idea issue of what's happening, even though you can see what's happening with your own eyes. Does that make sense?
And I know a lot of people who are starting, like partly blaming the ex-USA government. I mean, like Trump's party, etc. Like to just, I mean, that they have started such communication with Russia. and such, like games. And some people judge Biden for this, some people judge European Union for this. So we just like, in the middle of nowhere. And like nobody argues this, that it's all about Russian government and Russian president. But my question is, and it's gonna be like this till the end of war, like who will kill Putin? I mean, like
Fucking dictator.
he is, and he is like, there is no logic, because we that if
Absolutely.
starts the invasion, so he will try to make us, the people of
Hmm.
Ukraine, be happy with his army, like welcome them or whatever. But they have started bombing civilian objects,
Hmm.
civilian buildings, districts,
Yeah.
schools, hospitals. I mean, like, what is the logic of all this? And it's not only Kharkiv, I mean, like, it's Kiev as well, and other cities.
Everybody has seen the images of Putin sitting at the end of this 50-foot long table, and you don't have to be an expert in history to know that when a dictator gets to a point where they don't let anybody close to them, there's a paranoia that's running real deep in his mind. And that is a very dangerous situation, to have a man with that much power appearing to be breaking down mentally. When you start keeping people away from you like that, that's dangerous. You can go back through history and look at many dictators whose circles got smaller and smaller and smaller, and then horrific things followed. And we can see that with our own eyes too. So yeah, the question is there anybody close to Putin that can stop him? That would be great. Hopefully what comes after that isn't worse. Do you know what I'm saying? This is the philosophical conversation around all of this.
Yeah, sure. And like right now, everybody is comparing Putin with Stalin or Hitler. And I mean, like, if we don't touch Hitler, yes, it's other country, yes, other mentality, and so forth and so forth. But if it takes Stalin, yes, I mean, Russia and Stalin, so he was a murderer, he was a dictator, etc., etc. However,
Yeah.
he was not
It's a
crazy.
murder.
He had some idea of what he was doing. So he had a crazy but idea.
Mm-hmm.
But Putin has
He
no.
has to try to solve, yeah, he has to try to solve all this problem with diplomatic ways, not with a war.
He doesn't care. I am very
For me, in my view.
sure. I am very careful.
Okay.
I am very careful to not label anyone Nazi, right? Because it's extreme.
It
You know,
is.
if you that's a word you don't just go throwing around. You might see the tendencies and you might think it, but we're aware enough to not let it come out of our mouth. But in this situation, it's Putin who invoked the name Nazi. It
He.
was Putin who said the Ukrainians are Nazis. Now, from what I've experienced the last few years with different versions of leadership that I've observed around the world, it's the people who are labeling other people Nazis who tend to be the Nazis. It's the people who are saying that our election was stolen. We're the actual ones trying to steal the election. So I'm seeing that psychology at play too. And so if he's willing to invoke the name Nazi and cast it upon other people, I believe that he's the one acting as the Nazi in this situation. And if that's true, the world needs to really consider the fact that they're not dealing with a rational human being at this point.
Yeah.
So,
It is. And a lot of Nazi Ukrainian children are sitting in the underground hiding from bombs.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Just because we stopped eating infants just a few, like after, 2014 and all this rumors that we eat infants, birds, like,
Was that a part of the
and,
propaganda in
oh,
2014?
and there was a rumor that in Kharkiv we had a boy, like, I mean, like kid, yeah, like 3 or 4 years old, that he was naked and that Nazi Banderovцы, like Banderas, it's like one leader from Western Ukraine, long time ago. He lived long time ago during the Second World. So that we put that little kid to the cross like a Jesus.
Jeez. But that was a
The,
real part of the story back then?
sorry?
That was a real part of the narrative
Yeah,
in
yeah,
2014? That's
yeah.
astounding to me because
For,
there was one of our political parties here recently said that the other political parties uh, drinks the blood of children.
No,
Like, are they reading the same book? And who's writing the book? Like, who's behind all of these lies that caused people a week ago to be like, this will never happen, to all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm getting bombed. Like,
don't know.
where's that coming from? It's astounding how I've noticed this last week how similar the experience that I've had talking to people just about the last week in itself is so similar to the conversation that we've been having in America um, the last several years as well. Like, it's almost like it's coming from the same playbook as far as like controlling, hacking people's thought process, hacking people's minds. And now when we see what's happening to you, everybody's like, why didn't we see this coming? You know, mm, astounding.
It's because people don't learn the history.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
the situation with Ukraine, it's kind of predictable. I mean, like Crimea, first of all. Yes,
mm-hmm,
if you remember, Hitler has started from like invading some territories around Germany.
mm-hmm,
And Europe was like, and
yeah.
everybody was like, it's okay. We will just cover this aggression. We'll be blind. It's gonna be fine. He will stop there. He will not.
mm-hmm. A
So
little
he
piece of hope.
didn't, and
Mm-hmm.
Putin won't, to my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, just sorry that I'm like putting everything, putting, sorry, that I'm just like giving you all this shit, but like we try to, all Ukrainians around the world are trying to shout about this. We're trying to scream as loud as possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we don't know what to do. Our soldiers are being as brave as possible. They're doing their best right now. The bravest nation. A lot of my friends are volunteering right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying some food for soldiers as well.
Mm-hmm.
We are as united as we have never been.
Oh yeah, no, that's going notice. I mean, here, I mean, even the greatest American patriot people that I know, everybody's sitting back going, "Damn, those guys are stopping tanks with their bare hands." I mean, the scenes coming back are Like, Hollywood didn't write this. This is actually happening, you guys. They're doing it.
Yeah,
They're
they are.
doing it. Yeah.
There was a joke here in Ukraine that NATO leaders saw how Ukrainians fight, and now NATO wants to join Ukraine. I mean,
People are
like,
going.
NATO, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So Tanya,
yeah.
all of all of this is it's happened 8 years ago now. Okay, the Crimea and Donbass are for you for your occupation, right? Until 1991, and so Donbass and Crimea is for you are for you are not Putin Russian lands, are Ukrainian land, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it correct?
Yeah.
Are not
The,
Putin
the Donbass
Ukrainian
Crimea
land?
are part of
Ukrainian,
Ukraine. It's our territory.
yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Putin, wants these lands. It's unbelievable
Oh,
because you fight between Russia that time to have Donbass and Crimea.
I see some guys from Ukraine in chat as well. Maybe somebody wants to join us to share ideas, or maybe some other people. Chadwick, you have told that somebody was going to join us as well.
yeah. He rejected.
Not
I know he
another
had
Ukrainian
an
occupation,
appointment this
right?
morning, but if he pops in, I'll get him in.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
If anybody wants to join. Mm-hmm.
yeah, if anybody wants, just give us a note. So yes, we thought that he was going to occupy Donbass as well as Crimea, but the thing he is doing right now are just unexplainable.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we can explain it by like he needs some, buttons to push because we have these negotiations tonight, and he
Yes.
needs some, something. He needs a joker, and probably he wants to occupy Kharkiv to have this joker. He wants like a world community to say that yes, Crimea is a part of Russia. But
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
if it's like this, so it's probably it can be stopped. But if he is real crazy and he doesn't have any plans, so just bomb every,
It's really crazy.
so it's the other thing.
So this time we're supposed to believe him that this is all he wants. I just want this little piece of Poland, a little piece of France, a little piece of, little piece of, little piece of. But this time it's like watching the History Channel like in real time, 70 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah. But this time it'll be good.
we hope so. But you have seen the
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in this time. So
so we just
I don't even
yeah.
feel right asking you for like what you need from us because on the one hand it feels like some people want like John Wayne riding in on a cowboy like this is a country western film. It's not that simple. I don't know. What would you like to see more of? You
I don't know, because if we talk about the first thing that a lot of countries, USA as well, they have opened borders for people who want to escape.
know.
Yes, for people who
Yeah.
just, go from war. And this, it's okay. It's very good because a lot of people with young kids, with babies, yes, they need a better life than this.
Mm-hmm.
And Poland, they are helping a lot by opening the borders for people who want to escape. But the thing is that if you Google railway station in Kharkiv, you will see a lot of videos and photos of tons and tons of people who cannot escape because we cannot feed the train.
Mm-hmm.
We just cannot go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to go by car, of course, it's a little bit easier than by train. However, a lot of people are afraid of being bombed, of being robbed, as I've written you, and mostly, again, you have to have a long trip just to get to the border. And of course, a lot of us won't go because we have our men here, and they cannot go
Mm-hmm.
because we have war, and men ages 18 to 60 cannot go out. My father
Mm-hmm.
is 58. He used to be a military man, but right now he has to stay here again, and they don't need him in army right now. He wasn't asked to go to army. Yes, so no papers came, no people called him like right now, come and. But he's 58, and he has to stay here 2 more years to go abroad because right now he cannot.
Right.
And we just don't talk about people who are younger. I have a lot of friends my age. Yes, we are 25, 26,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot just sleep knowing that my boyfriend or my brother are here, and they cannot. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of friends around the world, and I have some relatives in Germany, and like they would like to meet us.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other things that stop us from going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think for me, oh,
yeah,
I-
let me finish it. Just a quick sec. So if we talk about like what can you guys do, so the only thing that like just spread the information
mm-hmm.
as much as possible. Talk to people from Russia if you can, just to wake them up. Like, hello guys.
Mm-hmm. I Yeah, I mean, obviously with what I do, I have many Russian friends who I love personally just as much as I care and love for you. Like it's 6 months ago, we were all just doing our thing, um,
Yeah, cooking
and
borscht shit.
cooking borscht. There you go. But it's like this situation at a large level feels a lot like the George Floyd situation a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Remember, like we all
Well,
saw
I remember very well. Hmm.
we all saw with our own eyes
Yeah,
the knee on the neck. And from my
yeah.
point of view, we needed to keep our attention on that
I remember that horrible scene. Yeah,
because it didn't take long before people started going, yeah, I see it, but all lives matter. That's true. All lives do matter. However,
sure.
right now, Putin has his knee on Ukraine's neck. And until that is
Yeah.
removed, then we can
Mhm.
move into the healing part. Then we can move into the I understand that a lot of Russians right now are feeling completely betrayed,
Yeah.
lied
It's a
to,
good example.
awful. I
Situation
understand
is
that.
that.
I understand that. But right now,
Yeah.
Putin has his knee on Ukraine's neck, and it needs to be removed.
Yeah.
Until we'll get to the healing later. The
I totally
violence
agree. Yeah.
the violence needs to stop.
So stop violence. Yeah.
But in the
Eduardo,
meantime, fight
yeah,
away.
yeah, sure.
Stop war, please. We are in the 2022. Stop war,
Stop it.
please.
Hmm.
Yeah. There are any other diplomatic system, diplomatic ways to solve the problem.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to.
Hmm. And
Eduardo, you've told me that you have a lot of people on your street who are from Ukraine. how are they doing?
From Ukraine, yeah.
Like,
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Because yeah, they have their parents in Ukraine, your country, and they are very, very afraid and very, very worried
Hmm.
about this situation. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are
I
shocked and afraid and worried, totally worried.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I will continue to tell the story. I'm not so much interested in telling people what to think about the story. I'm just saying, just see it with your own eyes. Believe your
Yeah.
own eyes before somebody else comes in and tries to frame it in some other way. Right now,
Yeah.
Ukraine's lives matter. Ukrainian lives matter right now.
thank
I
you.
get I get all of our lives matter, and I get not all of us wherever we are did this to you, but right now the focus is getting that knee off your neck.
Just the thing is that Ukraine is first, the world is next.
Hmm.
This is a problem.
Unless unless somehow this bubbles over into the rest of society, and then we all start fighting each other over, well, Putin was just acting in self-defense. Like, what are you talking? And then we start fighting each other that way, because I think, I think that's what he wants.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Totally agree.
So cool.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well,
thank you guys so much for your support.
yeah,
I
girl.
Don't worry. Don't worry, darling.
Mm-hmm.
So stay strong, please,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mean,
Yeah.
and stay safe. Okay, I recommend you
like,
stay
I'm in the
safe.
closet. What am I gonna have
I'm in
this?
the closet.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in the
see that
closet.
I'm in the closet. I'm in my flat, so my family
Yeah.
here, my pets.
Living in a flat. You're living in a flat, right?
Yeah,
In a flat.
in a flat. Yeah,
Okay, an apartment.
but
Okay.
we're city center and bombs like are landing around. However, a lot of
Okay.
my friends, a lot of people in Ukraine, they are sitting in the underground for a week right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
I saw in
a
these
lot of
days.
people are sitting in basements without heating, without enough of food and water, and kids as well sit there. And so I blame myself for being scared as I'm here at safe place with enough food, with my parents, with, like pillow. But people are sitting and, shaking over there in underground.
Oh
The
yeah, I feel guilty when I climb in bed at night and I can stretch out and I can be annoyed that my dog is taking up too much of the bed, and I can, like, I feel guilty about that. It's, yeah, I'm with you. Maybe annoyingly so sometimes because I'm just like, hello, hi,
it's
hi. But I've got to tell you, girl, a couple days ago when I found out that there was a bomb that went off near your house and then your phone didn't come on for like 3 hours, I was terrified.
just a wheelchair.
I just thought I lost you. So, okay.
We,
All right.
because we think that we lose our parents, our friends, and we just text each other if, each few hours, like safe, quiet. Quiet means that there are no bombs that we hear. That
Mm-hmm.
I was telling you that I will be online if it's quiet. It's quiet, I mean, like no bombs. Because if it's bombing, I have to be alert. I have to be ready to run.
Yep.
Uh, so
I know. I know. I'm just saying it's traumatized
Yeah.
everybody.
yeah,
Everybody.
everybody around the world is traumatized, especially people who, who can feel something
Mm-hmm.
and who are deep people as you guys are. So a lot of people around the world are like, especially people who are from Ukraine, but they live abroad for many years. I have a few people who live and study in Spain, in the USA, in Poland, and they say that like, I feel so guilty because I'm here and you're there. But they are not guilty, it's just life. And the only person who's guilty is Putin. But, you know.
Okay. Well,
And
much. So weird. Italy.
love,
Signs in love.
Nice
love
to meet you.
Yeah, signs in love.
All right.
Signs in love. Yeah.
ending.
All right. Oh, we're doing it. Oh, yours is better than
Yeah,
mine.
rock and
Yours
roll.
is
Yeah.
better. Yours was better than mine, man. How did you do that? All right. All right. Peace.
Stalin, they can do
Peace. Peace and love. Peace and
That's it. All right, Tonia. Bye.
Okay, yeah.
okay.
Stay in touch.
Bye. Thank you so much.